Visual C fast-paced montage. Open with a high-quality B-roll of a shiny, energetic dog sprinting through a field, seamlessly transitioning to a close-up macro shot of commercial dry dog kibble dropping into a bowl. Text overlay flashes on screen, the kibble dilemma. Audio/narrator. Take a close look at what's inside your dog's food bowl right now. If you are like over 80% of pet parents worldwide, it's filled with dry kibble. It's convenient, it's shelf-stable, and it's regulated to meet baseline nutrient requirements. But have you ever wondered what happens to your dog's cellular health when they eat the exact same heavily processed, low-moisture pellets every single day for years? Visual C. Cut to the host sitting in a clean, professional studio with a sleek digital backdrop featuring DNA strands and canine silhouettes. The tone is welcoming, peer-to-peer, but undeniably expert. Audio/narrator. Welcome back to K9 Decode. Today we are stripping away the marketing hype, bypassing the internet myths, and looking directly at peer-reviewed veterinary science. There is a massive trend online claiming that adding a few random human foods to your dog's bowl will instantly heal their gut, rebuild their immune system overnight, or magically add 5 years to their life. But what does empirical research actually say? Today we are analyzing 9 powerful whole foods, from raw eggs to Atlantic sardines, backed by institutions like Cornell, Tufts, and the Waltham Science Institute. We will break down the exact nutritional values, the true biochemical timelines of how long they take to work, and the hidden safety hazards that could accidentally trigger a midnight run to the emergency vet. If you want to optimize your dog's longevity using real data, let's decode the science. Before we add anything to the bowl, we have to understand what we are adding it to. Commercial dry dog food is heavily processed. It undergoes a manufacturing method called extrusion, where ingredients are mixed and cooked under intense pressure at high temperatures, usually between 110 degrees Celsius and 150 degrees Celsius. This process is highly effective for food safety and shelf stability, but it leaves the average kibble with a moisture content of a mere 6 to 10% water. Think about that baseline. Dogs naturally evolved eating ancestral diets containing roughly 70 to 75% water. When a dog lives on dry kibble alone, their body is in a constant state of compensating for that lack of dietary hydration. Visual C. Zoom in on an official AAFCO book graphic on screen. Highlight the words, nutritional completeness. Audio/narrator. Now, you might have heard online influencers claim that kibble is filled with useless grain fillers and synthetic vitamins that dogs can't even absorb. Let's correct that misconception right now. The Association of American Feed Control Officials, better known as AAFCO, strictly regulates the nutritional completeness of commercial dog food. And the scientific reality is that synthetic vitamins are effectively absorbed by dogs. While their biological availability or bioavailability varies slightly depending on the exact chemical source, these vitamins successfully prevent severe nutritional deficiencies every single day. Whole foods aren't meant to replace a balanced baseline diet. They are meant to introduce raw hydration variety, bioavailable antioxidants, and functional fibers that processing simply strips away. Let's start with food asset number 1, the ultimate protein reference point. If you want to add a single whole food to enhance your dog's protein intake, look no further than a simple large egg. Weighing in at roughly 50 grams, one large egg provides approximately 6.25 grams of protein, 4.74 grams of healthy fats, and a low caloric impact of just 71 to 74 kilocalories. It also contains 41 international units of vitamin D, 147 milligrams of choline for cognitive health, 10 micrograms of biotin, and 15.4 micrograms of selenium. But the real magic is in the amino acid profile. Eggs contain every single one of the 10 essential amino acids dogs cannot synthesize on their own, including critical building blocks like arginine, lysine, and tryptophan. In fact, in the world of nutritional science, egg protein has a perfect biological value score of 100. It is literally the benchmark used to evaluate the quality of all other proteins. Visual C. B-roll of a scientist looking into a microscope, cutting to the cover of the Journal of Animal Science. Audio/narrator. According to peer-reviewed canine nutrition studies published in the Journal of Animal Science, egg protein is confirmed to be one of the most highly digestible and bioavailable protein sources for dogs. Its apparent ileal digestibility often exceeds 90%. But there is a major safety warning here. The internet loves the aesthetic of raw egg feeding. However, raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin. Avidin binds tightly to biotin, also known as vitamin B7, and prevents it from being absorbed. Now, A clinically significant biotin deficiency will only happen if you feed massive quantities of raw whites over extended periods. But why take the risk? Cooking completely denatures avidin, rendering it harmless. 4 feeding guidelines. Give small dogs 1/4 to 1/2 of an egg, and large dogs 1 whole egg 3 to 4 times weekly. Always serve it cooked, either boiled or scrambled completely plain. No salt, no butter, no oil. Visual C. B-roll of a golden retriever enthusiastically crunching down on a whole raw carrot. Sound effect of a loud, satisfying crunch. Audio/narrator. Next up is a vegetable that almost every dog owner has in their kitchen, carrots. Let's look at the numbers. A 100-gram serving of raw carrots contains an incredibly high active precursor of vitamin A from beta-carotene, sitting at 16,706 international units. It also delivers 2.8 grams of fiber, 320 milligrams of potassium, and only about 41 kilocalories. Visual C. Text animation on screen, the dental claim versus reality. Below it show the Veterinary Oral Health Council (VOHC) logo. Audio/narrator. You have probably heard the claim that carrots act as a natural toothbrush, scraping away plaque as your dog chews. Is this true? Yes, partially. The crunchy texture of a raw carrot does provide mechanical abrasion during chewing, which can help reduce superficial plaque buildup. However, let's be precise. Carrots are not proven superior to clinical teeth brushing or products explicitly approved by the Veterinary Oral Health Council. Use them as an aid, not a replacement for dental hygiene. Visual C. B-roll of a veterinarian examining a dog's teeth, followed by an AKC logo graphic. Audio/narrator. The American Kennel Club explicitly recommends carrots as an excellent, highly safe, low-calorie, low-fat treat for dogs. When feeding, cut them into small sticks or slices daily. Just remember the universal treat rule. Supplementary whole foods and treats should never exceed 10% of your dog's daily caloric intake. You can serve them raw, frozen, which is incredible for soothing teething puppies, or lightly steamed to break down the plant cell walls for even better digestion. Visual C. B-roll of plump, fresh blueberries being washed under running water. Slow motion shot of a dog catching a blueberry in midair. Audio/narrator. Let's talk about blueberries. These tiny fruits are densely packed with anthocyanins, which are potent polyphenol pigments that give them their rich color, alongside vitamin C, natural fiber, and a dense concentration of antioxidants. What do these antioxidants actually do? Their primary job is to hunt down and fight oxidative stress and free radical damage at a cellular level, preventing damage to your dog's healthy tissues. Visual C. On-screen map pointing to Alaska. Text graphic. University of Alaska Fairbanks sled dog study. Show B-roll of huskies running through deep snow. Audio/narrator. This isn't just theory. Landmark studies conducted by the University of Alaska Fairbanks on active sled dogs during intense endurance exercises verified something incredible. Dogs supplemented with antioxidant-rich blueberries during exercise showed a significant reduction in systemic oxidative stress markers. The blueberries successfully protected their plasma membranes from lipid peroxidation, meaning their muscles and cells recovered faster from physical stress. Visual C. Screen transitions to a soft amber warning color. Text overlay, critical logic check, cancer claims. Audio/narrator. Now, a big warning regarding how this is framed online. Many viral videos assert that blueberries lower cancer risk in dogs. From a strict clinical standpoint, this has not been strongly proven directly in dogs through blueberries alone. While antioxidants offer exceptional cellular protection, claiming they actively prevent or cure cancer is a scientific overstatement. Keep it realistic. Feed a small handful, about 4 to 8 berries depending on your dog's weight, 3 to 4 times weekly, either fresh or frozen. Visual C. Macro B-roll shot of a can of sardines in water being pulled open. Zoom in on the rich, oily texture of the fish. Audio/narrator. If there is one food asset on this list that acts as a genuine nutritional powerhouse, it is the humble sardine. When we look at 100 grams of Atlantic sardines canned cleanly in water, the nutritional profile is staggering. It delivers approximately 0.45 grams of EPA and 0.50 grams of DHA, the two essential long-chain omega-3 fatty acids. It also provides 24.6 grams of clean protein, 272 international units of vitamin D, and 382 milligrams of bioavailable calcium, which comes safely from their soft, fully digestible bones. Visual C. Graphical diagram showing a dog's body highlighting 4 major areas: skin/coat, joints, heart and kidneys. Plus. Clinical benefits of omega-3s. Plus. Skin and coat. Reduces pruritus and shine. Joint support. Alleviates osteoarthritis. Cardiovascular. Supports cardiac output. Renal support. Manages kidney health. Plus. Audio/narrator. These long-chain omega-3s are clinically proven to assist with reducing systemic inflammation, enhancing skin hydration, bringing back a striking coat shine, supporting cardiovascular functions, and providing vital joint support by reducing the painful symptoms of osteoarthritis. Board-certified veterinary nutritionists at institutions like the Tufts University Veterinary Center explicitly support long-chain EPA and DHA supplementation to actively manage inflammatory conditions, chronic kidney disease and cardiac issues. Visual C. Host returns to screen, leaning forward with a serious, direct expression. Audio/narrator. But while we are on the subject of senior dogs and chronic conditions, let's debunk a massive internet statistic. You will often hear people say that heart disease is the absolute leading cause of death in older dogs. That is factually incorrect. While degenerative mitral valve disease is highly common, peer-reviewed epidemiology reveals that cancer is the leading cause of death in older dogs overall, accounting for approximately 50% of all deaths in dogs over the age of 10. To safely feed sardines without overloading your dog system, small dogs should receive 1/2 to 1 small sardine, and large dogs can enjoy 1 to 2 sardines, 2 to 3 times a week. Crucial rule: buy them packed in water only. Absolutely no added salt, no extra oils and no spices. Visual C. B-roll of smooth, pureed pumpkin being mixed into a bowl of kibble, followed by shots of steaming, plain baked sweet potato being sliced open. Audio/narrator. Now let's look at 2 exceptional fiber sources that are routinely used to manage digestion: plain canned pumpkin and sweet potatoes. 100 grams of canned plain pumpkin contains high concentrations of a soluble fiber known as pectin, along with 6,942 micrograms of vitamin A, 206 milligrams of potassium, and an upfront water content of approximately 90%. Because of this unique composition, pumpkin has a dual corrective effect. For mild diarrhea, its soluble fiber acts like a sponge, absorbing excess water in the gastrointestinal tract to firm up the stool. For constipation, that same fiber safely draws water into the GI tract, softening the stool for easier elimination. Visual C. Graphic showing the Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine emblem. Audio/narrator. The Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine notes that dietary fiber manipulation is a standard veterinary recommendation for acute, non-complicated, self-limiting digestive upset. But remember this critical clarification: pumpkin provides supportive, symptomatic care only. It is absolutely not a cure for underlying bacterial or viral infections, intestinal parasites like roundworms, or severe inflammatory GI diseases. If your dog is lethargic or vomiting, skip the pumpkin and head to the vet. Visual C. Graphic displaying a side-by-side comparison chart of pumpkin versus sweet potato nutrition. Plus. Plain canned pumpkin baked sweet potato. Plus. Asterisk moisture, 90%. Asterisk carbs, 21 g per 100 g. Asterisk best for stool dynamics. Asterisk best for colon health, SEFAs. Asterisk calories, very low. Asterisk calories, moderate. Plus. Audio/narrator. Now how does sweet potato compare? 100 grams of baked sweet potato without the skin delivers highly active beta-carotene, 19.6 milligrams of vitamin C, 3.3 grams of fiber, and 475 milligrams of potassium. Sweet potatoes have a moderate glycemic index, meaning they have a lower glycemic impact than highly refined starches or white potatoes. However, unlike pumpkin, they contain significant digestible carbohydrates, approximately 21 grams per 100 gram serving. Research from the Waltham Science Institute confirms that highly digestible fiber sources like these support overall colon health by undergoing microbial fermentation in the gut, which fuels beneficial short-chain fatty acids. For feeding, pumpkin should be dosed at 1 to 4 tablespoons per meal depending entirely on your dog's weight, using plain pureed pumpkin only. Avoid pumpkin pie fillings at all costs. They contain added sugars and spices like nutmeg, which is toxic to dogs. Sweet potatoes must be fed plain, cooked, without skin, and in strict moderation to avoid blood sugar spikes or unwanted weight gain. Visual C B-roll of a thick dollop of white plain Greek yogurt dropping into a bowl. Red warning text flashes next to it, xylitol hazard. Audio/narrator. Let's dive into plain Greek yogurt. 100 grams of plain yogurt provides about 10 grams of highly bioavailable protein, 110 milligrams of calcium, and live active cultures, commonly known as probiotics. You have likely heard the famous online statistic that 70% of a dog's immune system is located in their gut. Let's look at the actual science behind that claim. A massive portion of mammalian immune tissue is physically embedded directly within the gastrointestinal tract. This structure is scientifically classified as GALT, or gut-associated lymphoid tissue. Saying 70% of the immune system resides here is a widely accepted, accurate general immunological estimate. Visual C B-roll of a medical journal page spinning onto the screen. Veterinary microbiology. Audio/narrator. Clinical trials published in the journal Veterinary Microbiology confirmed that targeted probiotic strains successfully help modulate gut microbiota, improve stool quality, and balance inflammatory markers. But here is the catch. Not all store-bought yogurts contain live cultures or high enough colony-forming units, or CFUs, to survive a dog's incredibly harsh, highly acidic stomach environment. Visual C bold high-contrast warning graphic fills the screen. Toxic warning, xylitol/birch extract. Audio/narrator. And here is a non-negotiable safety warning. You must check the ingredient label of your yogurt for xylitol, which is sometimes hidden under the name birch extract, or wood sugar. Xylitol is profoundly toxic to dogs. Even tiny trace amounts trigger a rapid, massive insulin release that causes severe hypoglycemia, acute liver necrosis, and death within hours. When feeding yogurt, stick to a maximum of 1 to 2 tablespoons a few times a week. Always choose plain, low-fat or non-fat yogurt. Avoid full-fat versions as heavy concentrations of dairy fat can overstimulate the pancreas, triggering a painful and life-threatening condition called acute pancreatitis, especially in smaller breeds like miniature schnauzers. Visual C B-roll of a fresh yellow banana being peeled, then sliced cleanly into neat circular discs on a cutting board. Audio/narrator. Our final whole food asset is a favorite for active dogs: bananas. 100 grams of fresh banana provides 358 milligrams of potassium, 27 milligrams of magnesium, 2.6 grams of fiber, and healthy doses of vitamin B6 and vitamin C. Because of their natural fructose and sucrose content, a single medium whole banana packs around 105 kilocalories. This makes them a dense energy source rather than a low-calorie filler. Visual C, official logo of the American Veterinary Medical Association, AVMA, displayed neatly on screen. Audio/narrator. The American Veterinary Medical Association categorizes bananas as perfectly safe, non-toxic treats when offered strictly in moderation. For medium to large dogs, a maximum of half a banana per serving is ideal, while small dogs should only receive 2 to 3 thin slices, 2 to 3 times a week. And never leave the peel where your dog can grab it. Banana peels are incredibly fibrous, completely virtually indigestible, and pose a severe mechanical gastrointestinal obstruction risk if swallowed whole, which requires emergency surgery to clear. Visual C, a highly scannable, clean digital data table slides onto the screen. The host points to it as the rows highlight one by one. Equals 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 equals. The true biological timeline. Equals 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 equals. Food Asset Internet Claim Actual Scientific Timeline. Eggs 2 to 3 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, hair growth cycle. Sardines 3 to 4 weeks, 4 to 12 weeks, cell loading EPA. Yogurt 1 to 2 weeks days, transient biome shifts. Sweet potato days 24 to 48 hours, stool regulation. equals 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 equals. Audio/narrator. Now that you know the facts on these foods, let's address the biggest piece of misinformation found across social media, the claimed results timelines. If a video tells you that feeding your dog sardines will cure their dry skin in 3 weeks, or that eggs will transform their coat in 14 days, they are ignoring basic canine biology. Let's look at the empirical scientific baselines. First, visible coat quality changes directly track with your dog's natural hair growth cycles. It typically requires a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks of steady supplementation to see physical changes in the fur. Second, the anti-inflammatory benefits of the omega-3s found in sardines require a steady cellular loading phase. It takes 4 to 12 weeks for EPA and DHA to integrate deeply into the cell membranes and actively downregulate inflammation. While local, temporary shifts in the gut biome from yogurt can occur within a few days, long-term microbiome stabilization takes weeks. The only asset that truly works in days is fiber, like pumpkin or sweet potato, which can visibly improve stool consistency within 24 to 48 hours. Biological response times are never instant. They vary extensively based on your dog's breed, age, metabolic baseline, current diet, and total daily caloric intake. Visual C red-bordered graphic covers the screen listing the absolute hazard rules. No alliums, no added salts, no oversupplementation. Plus. Critical veterinary hazard. Plus. Asterisk alliums, garlic/onions. Thiosulfate, hemolytic anemia. Asterisk excess fat, pancreatitis activation. Asterisk excess fiber, fermentative diarrhea and gas. Plus. Audio/narrator. To ensure you never cause accidental harm, keep these strict veterinary safety laws in mind. Avoid all alliums, meaning garlic, onions, leeks, and chives. They contain a compound called thiosulfate, which causes irreversible oxidative damage to canine red blood cells, resulting in hemolytic anemia. Never oversupplement fiber. Too much pumpkin or sweet potato can paradoxically trigger severe fermentative diarrhea, painful flatulence, and actually reduce nutrient absorption. Avoid added salts to prevent sodium ion poisoning, and avoid heavy fats to protect the pancreas. Visual C warm B-roll of the host interacting happily with a healthy, vibrant dog in the studio. Slow panning shot showing all the correct whole foods arranged neatly on a table. Audio/narrator. Here is our ultimate evidence-based takeaway. Integrating clean, safe whole foods into your dog's bowl is an incredible way to introduce beneficial dietary fiber, highly bioavailable antioxidants, long-chain fatty acids, and vital mental enrichment. But let's remain grounded in peer-reviewed reality. There is zero empirical evidence that adding these foods alone can unilaterally reverse active chronic diseases or replace a dynamically balanced, AFCO-compliant diet. Use them for what they are: magnificent, scientifically supported tools to optimize an already solid nutritional foundation. Visual C clean end-screen graphic appears with the K9 Decode logo, a subscribe button, and links to other videos. Audio/narrator. If you want to continue decoding the true science behind your dog's behavior, health, and longevity, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below with what you feed your dog, and give this video a thumbs up to support evidence-based pet education. Until next time, this is K9 Decode. Keep learning and keep decoding.